Good evening and thank you for joining us. An investigation is now underway for a suspicious overnight blaze that destroyed a home in Current River. Thunder Bay Fire responded to a call just after midnight regarding a fire at a house on Merrill Street, just off Grenville Avenue. Crews encountered heavy smoke and flame on the main floor, and it took them a few hours and 6 pumper trucks to fight the fire. No one was home at the time of the incident, and no injuries were sustained. The cause of the fire is now under investigation.
And because it was suspicious in nature, police are holding the scene, as well as the Office of Fire Marshal. Fire investigators are also investigating today.
There was a nearly 6-hour closure of Highway 17 near Ignace today after a serious morning collision. It appeared to involve a transport truck that ended up sideways off the road. OPP, EMS, and fire services were on scene. The highway reopened this afternoon a little after 3 o'clock. There's no word at this time on any injuries or if other vehicles were involved. The Anishinaabe Police Service has launched their new Lids for Life campaign. The initiative will see NAPS collecting donations of new ATV helmets throughout the months of May and June and then distributing them to 34 communities they serve. NAPS officers have seen a rising number of ATV accidents involving youth, some of which resulted in serious injuries and even death. Many of those cases, unfortunately, could have been prevented had the rider been wearing a helmet. That sparked a conversation about Northern Reserves not having access to the potentially life-saving protective gear. Sergeant Coriel Leschuk speaks more about the campaign with their business partner Excalibur Motorcycle Works of Thunder Bay.
So we're just trying to be proactive to try to get that message out there for safety. The communities we police have a distinct lack of resources to acquire these types of safety equipment. It's not like you can just run down to Canadian Tire or a shop like this on a remote community to buy a helmet. So we're trying to get that message out there and try to receive some donations of helmets.
It should definitely be a vital piece of safety equipment for everyone operating any piece of machinery, and it can save lives. Like, as a racer myself, like going through injury and everything else, the reason for having proper safety equipment is vitally important.
The Lids for Life campaign's goal is to collect at least 500 helmets. Donations can be made at Excalibur, J&J Sports, Halfway Motors Power Sports, North Country Cycle and Sports, or Intercity Power Sports. Six Socks is partnering with Eco Superior and adding a second textile recycling bin in Thunder Bay. The bright pink bin is located in the Eco Superior parking lot, joining the one at Confederation College. Six Socks Circular is an Indigenous-owned startup company that collects textiles in all conditions, such as bedding, towels, and clothes. The goal is to keep unusable textiles out of the landfill and recycle them into industry-approved housing insulation products. Rethinking Waste Coordinator for Eco Superior, Kennedy Bucci, says around 500 million kilograms of textile waste go to Canadian landfills every year. So she was excited to help through this partnership.
Plastic never breaks down, so when you send it to the landfill, your clothes basically will just stay there forever, creating more waste and not like disappearing or anything like that. So the ability to turn it into a usable product is massive, and it will have a huge impact on like the environment and landfill space, even like reducing the amount of stuff that goes to landfills.
Every 2 weeks, the bin is collected and brought back to the Six Socks Circular headquarters in Brunswick House First Nation near Chapleau, where the contents are sorted and either redonated to the public or broken down and repurposed. The RCMP Musical Ride is coming back to the Murillo Fairgrounds this summer for the first time in over a decade. The charity event showcases more than 30 mounted police officers on horseback as they perform intricate maneuvers and formations. The last time the musical ride came to Murillo was back in 2013. The Oliver Agricultural Society asked them to come back to Murillo and managed to secure 2 shows on July 13th and 14th. The group performs in up to 50 communities across Canada each year, including each province at least once every 4 years. The event is expected to raise thousands of dollars for local charities, along with general upgrades to the fairgrounds. The 30-minute shows are set to music and demonstrate the skills of the Mounties and their well-trained horses. The officers will also answer questions from the crowd during planned break times.
Pre-show is going to be at 1 o'clock and the RCMP are going to ride at 2 o'clock. There'll be a meet and greet afterwards where people can get pictures and meet bounties and horses. There's tons of opportunities for sponsorship right now, including if families want to sponsor a specific horse, they can like decorate the stall door.
Tickets are now available online or at the gates both days. Anyone interested in sponsoring or volunteering for the musical ride can contact the Murillo Fair Board by email. Any true crime, mystery, or puzzle enthusiasts won't want to miss out on the Cambrian Players' newest production. The ultimate game of cat and mouse, Sleuth, will be hitting the stage this week and will keep audiences guessing until the very end.
I want you to steal that jewelry. What? Tonight, for choice margarita out of the house, it's an admirable opportunity.
The story follows Andrew Wyke, a mystery writer who's obsessed with games and game playing. He invites his wife's lover to his home and convinces him to stage a robbery of her jewelry, setting off a dangerous chain of events. The production runs this week from Wednesday to Saturday and next week from May 29th to June 1st, with curtains rising at 7:30 each evening. The group has been working on the production for around 6 weeks, and director Stephanie Salin says there's lots for the audiences to look forward to.
The fabulous acting by our two leads, Andrea Jacobson and Rob Pollarine, is amazing. They do an incredible job with the script, but also the set and the props that we have. We have some practical effects as well as some Foley work backstage.
I would say it is going to be one of those shows where you're not going to believe that it's over as quick as it is, because you are going to be taken along for this ride and you're going to enjoy every second of it.
Tickets can be purchased on the Cambrian Players website or at the door. Local indie pop artist Stardrop is celebrating her debut album, I Feel Everything. The album's recent release is accompanied by several music videos, which highlight the creative roots of the singer-songwriter and her band. Jaden Billick has more.
From moody soul soothers to catchy feel-good bops, Stardrop's music is a portal to your inner baddie. Indie pop artist formerly known as Danielle Polari is a creative force based out of Thunder Bay. Fueled by big feelings and a self-love quest, Stardrop is using the power of music to rewrite her narrative and explore a new way of existing in the world.
So the genre is indie pop and alternative pop, and I really want the music to reach people, to inspire them to love themselves and own who they are and feel empowered.
Stardrop's artistic expression includes a unique visual dimension. Her character-driven music videos, created in collaboration with cinematographer Scott McKay, are making a mark on YouTube. The recent music video for the song Tiger has accumulated over 40,000 views.
It was really empowering for me to make that shift into music and, take my career into my own hands, write my own songs, make my own music videos where I got to direct and play the lead role and write the characters. So that was a huge shift and I'm super happy I did it.
Stardrop just released her debut album title called I Feel Everything. It's a collection of self-love anthems. Her message of acceptance and authenticity radiates through the 6 tracks, with the end goal of inspiring audiences to embrace their imperfections and be unapologetically themselves.
The album is out, available to stream on all the platforms. Check it out, and you can connect with myself and the band through Instagram, stardrop.music. I've got a website, stardrop.ca, so would love to get more people involved and coming out to shows and stuff like that, and check out all the cool stuff that we're making. We're excited to make more.
Stardrop the band will be performing on August 21st as part of the Live at the Waterfront series. The trio combines the soulful electric guitar stylings of Justin Stiles with the dialed-in tasteful drum beats of Jordan Gray, and finally wrapped together with the organic vocals of Stardrop. Jaden Billick, TBT News.
This morning's rain didn't deter the hundreds of runners and spectators from a Victoria Day tradition. The 88th Firefighters 10-mile road race brought out local competitors as well as those from outside the city, with over 500 individual runners and 240 relay racers taking part in the event. Race director Herb Danaher says this is an increase from last year and shows the event is growing once again. He adds that the race has become an important event in the city since it started way back in 1910.
This is the marquee running event, the second longest, I think, 10-mile event in Canada. So for the community, I think we get about 50% new runners every year when they hold the race. We have school kids, racers all the way from 8 till 80 in the race. So it's a big part of the fabric of the community and having a healthy community and something to be proud of.
It has a huge history in Thunder Bay, having started in 1910. You know, and the only thing that's ever stopped this race is the war and COVID. So here we are today, and I'm really happy to see our numbers are climbing back up again post-COVID. So that's great. But it's to do with the history. It's a Thunder Bay tradition.
I'm now joined by sports anchor Joe Sadowski. Joe, like she was saying, it's about the history. Great event, but of course a little competition, and there's a little bragging rights on hand for sure.
A little bit of bragging rights, and you know, we get to see these athletes compete. I can only imagine myself trying to run in these races.
I don't think we
pull
pull it very well, no.
No.
No, I don't think that's right.
We'll have the winner's circle and a little cameo from our very own Ryan Benazzo coming up right after the break.